Okay, now I'm going to prep my plywood for inside. I'm going to cut 4 7/8 inch wide strips out of this 8-foot sheet. Multiple ways to do it. I'm using my worm drive saw. I've got a table saw I could use, which would give a good result, but it'll make a big mess. This is easier. So pick your tool of choice. Cut your strips for the headers. Welcome back. We're back in the camper today. It's 4/17/25. I've got very little time to get this thing wrapped up today and tomorrow. Looks like rain on Saturday, so it looks like I got to get it wrapped up today or tomorrow for the most part. So we're going to get into tearing that ceiling out and getting the insulation cleaned out and getting ready to set that header back in there properly. We'll see what happens. Look how much that roof system moves. Okay, so for now I'm going to try to prop this up here. We'll start working on that header. Cleaned all the ceiling out that I'm going to take out. Took out all the nails and staples and screws, whatever was in there. I've got some boards underneath the slide to secure it down to the floor. And we're gonna see what this looks like. Alright, that level, it's pretty level. We're going to put a string on it too. Alright, we're going to put shims in here. Maybe. Good there, good there. Alright, I think I like that. Let's see what this shows us. Yep. Alright, we're good to go. So now we're going to start piecing this header back together with new 2 layers of 3/4 inch plywood. And instead of just doing a butt joint like they did here, we're going to overlap them in the corners and lock them down with glue and some big screws, so we don't have that rocking of the header like was there. Alright, so I got the header started. That is a 5 and I think, I don't know what it is. How tall is that piece? About 5-inch piece. 4 7/8. tall. So it's a little taller for the header. Sides are 4 inches. So here's what I'm doing with the overlap. Right now this is just set there in position. I've got one screw in here I'm getting ready to remove. Then I'm going to glue all of that. Put this other piece up here. So I've got a double layer, and you can see the overlap now. So that is going to make a nice, tight, strong corner. And when it's all said and done, there'll be another 1x6 piece of trim up here, solid wood going all the way across, I think is what I'm going to try to do. And that'll give it even more rigidity. So let's get started on this side, and then we'll work our way down to the other side. I am using 1.25 inch exterior grade star drive deckmate screws, so that's not going to go all the way through. When I go all the way through, I'm using 3 inch when I get it all glued up. So right now I'm going to take the one out. Well, I'm going to lay my glue stripes, then I'm going to take one out, then I'm going to start putting more in to get that as a solid piece. I will leave this unscrewed right here for now. And I am not gluing this header to the frame. Just in case it's ever got to come out again, you take the 3 inch screws out, drop that out. At some point it probably will. Hopefully not while my parents own it. Using Loctite PL Max Premium. Okay, so technically there we haven't screwed anything to the framing. I'm only screwing the header to itself. Alright, that side's done. I'm going to go work on the other side and get everything else set in here ready to go. We'll just do the same thing at the top and on the other side. Then when that's all done, I'll come back in and plug it into the framework there and sturdy it all up. Then we can let our brace out and hopefully we have no more sag. Alright, so we got the header in. You can see here how I've overlapped the corners, did on both sides. This is all glued and screwed. All the dark screws are 1.25 inch, so they just go through the 2 layers of the plywood to lock those in. The tan screws are 3 inch, so they're biting into the structure. So she's pretty stout now. So I've got all that wrapped up, both sides, all of it. Now I'm installing 1.25 inch foam up in these cavities. When I get that done, I think I'm going to do them a little bit of a treat, and I've got some beaded ceiling. I think I'm just going to put beaded ceiling up and all that for them. And then up here is going to get probably a 1x6 popper. I may get some big rosettes, corner blocks up here, I guess, or maybe make some corner blocks. We'll see. It depends on how I feel. So that's where we are. It's coming along. I'm back in the camper today. It is Friday, I don't know, the 19th. And so far, we've gotten all the header in. I've gone back and reinstalled these foam pieces, and I am now wrapping the rubber back around. That fits up and seals up against the outside there. So I've already started that. Got it buttoned up over here. I do have some of the insulation panels in. I think I'm going to take this out. It's all dried up now. I think I'm going to take it out and put a 2x3 in there where the light goes and work the insulation in. This one, these two cavities may get, yeah, this one anyway is probably just going to get the this shit back in it. And then I'll probably do the same with this light, take that out and put a 2x3 in there to give it a little more support up in the top. Maybe I'll put another one in there, I don't know, we'll see. But that's what I'm doing. I'm not going to bore you with it. I'll come back when I'm all done and ready to. I don't know if I'm going to get started on that ceiling today or not. I think I'll try, but we'll see. Maybe we'll time lapse a little of it. It's all stapled up, everything's buttoned up. Now is the test. Let's put the slide out and go look at it outside. See if we solved the problem. See if we got good seals around here. Everything feels good and tight. Yep. All right, good. That all feels nice. So let's go see what it looks like outside. Seals look good. My ladder. Looks good. And look at that. Before you could see a definite sag in that thing. The flap on the seal would not even touch the middle. Looks good now. Alright, we have got most of the insulation done except for where I need to work around some two lighting fixtures. We'll put some 5/16 beadboard ceiling in this and make it look better than what it did. So, come along. Here is the pretty much the final. Other than cleanup, I'm done except for replacing the trim all around on this face and then trimming it out around and painting the ceiling. But that's going to happen at camp. They need to take it down this week. So header's done. Got the sag out, new seals replaced, new beaded ceiling, lights are reinstalled. And that finishes this up until I can get myself down to the river. It's going to be muddy for a while on my lot. And then I'll work on it down there and finish the rest down there. And I'll post the final video, probably be about it. Maybe a short. Thanks.